Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of How to Minecraft! Woohoo! Oh, wow, I've never actually kind of looked at my base from up above. Adorable, adorable. Well, today I am super, I don't know why, I'm kind of hyper today. So, y'all are just going to have to deal with that. Deal with my hyperness! Get over it! We are going to do something that for me isn't super required, but I'm excited about it because I think this is going to be a major step forward in my base. And this is, obviously, you probably know from the title and from the thumbnail, we are going to be making a conduit in my world. This is all based off of one of the YouTube comments. Also, my Twitch chat really wanted me to do it, but I did find someone in the YouTube comments that also wanted me to make this. Hidden MC Pro says, "Hey Chad, can you activate a conduit and make an underwater safe house?" By the way, I like your vids. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for that. And that is what we're gonna do. For those of you who are like, huh? What? What is this? A conduit? Well, a conduit in Minecraft is a multi-block build that you can make that will allow you to have a conduit power effect when you are underwater. That conduit power effect allows you to see a lot better underwater and also gives you water breathing. The only downside to it is that it is a lot like a beacon and that it only affects an area. So you can't like carry it with you because just like a beacon, it is a structure that you have to make. But we'll have to make that underwater so that we can actually get the effects of the conduit power. This is definitely a multi-step process. So if you found this maybe from like search results or whatever, we're going to go through the entire process on how to get a conduit. And that all starts first with finding a heart of the sea. So here, let me run down just a summary of what we're going to have to do. First, we're going to have to find a abandoned shipwreck, or just a shipwreck. I guess any shipwreck is abandoned. But anyway, a shipwreck. Inside of that shipwreck will be a map, a treasure map. We're going to follow that treasure map to buried treasure. And inside of that buried treasure will be a heart of the sea. Then we need to get nautilus shells. We need to get 8 nautilus shells to be exact, and then craft a conduit. After we have crafted a conduit, then we are going to use prismarine to build the structure that I'm talking about in a very specific way underwater, and then we will have our conduit power here at the base. Now, I actually, at some earlier episode, found a heart of the sea, and I have found some nautilus shells. But for you guys, we're going to do it all again. Except for probably the nautilus shells, because those can be a little bit difficult to get. So we're going to keep these nautilus shells, these 5 nautilus shells on me, which means I need to only find 3 more nautilus shells for the recipe. But we're going to re-find a heart of the sea so that we can kind of do it all in the video together. So the first step that we have to do is find a buried... Sorry. We do have to find a buried treasure, but the first step is to find an abandoned shipwreck. So really, it's a needle in a haystack. You're going to find it in a ocean faster. I know of one specifically near my end portal, but I'm pretty sure that's where I got the original heart of the sea. So I'm going to avoid that. That's over here. But I know that the ocean kind of starts over here. This pathway in this swamp is used to be kind of my easiest pathway to an ocean. So we're just going to kind of fly around the ocean. We're lucky that we have elytra. If you don't have elytra, my suggestion is to get a boat because you can move very fast in a boat and just search for a shipwreck. Did we find one? Did we find one? Is this a thing? No, it's dirt. That dirt is the sneakiest dirt. I was convinced that was a shipwreck. Get out of here, dirt. Darn it. Are you dirt? No, you're not dirt. I see the fences. Perfect. Okay, so this is a true shipwreck. It is super dark. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually... Okay, so I found a chest, and I got some iron. That's nice. I really should have brought some type of light-emitting something up in here, but I don't have anything. So we're just going to have to deal with it. That's one chest. There should be another chest probably on the other side. I'm running kind of low on my breathing ability. Why can't I talk? I can't talk while I'm underwater, apparently. Okay, we're going back down. Number 2. I think that I can get in here. There. Wait, was this one I already checked? Uh-oh. Getting a drown. Now, at this point, I want to kill drown, especially this one, because look at that. He has a Nautilus shell, and they have a chance of dropping it. Oh, he did. Why am I going for the rotten flesh first? I definitely want this Nautilus shell. Now we are up to 6. That is actually fantastic news for me. And here is the other chest. No map. Darn, we did not get a map, which is what we're looking for. A fire protection and a suspicious stew. Should I eat it? Should I eat it? I'm feeling it. I feel like I should eat it. What could go wrong? Let's just eat it. What is it? Weakness! Weakness! Oh, okay. I thought it was going to give me a 500 IQ or something like that. Okay, so we're going to keep looking because we did not find the map that we're looking for. We're looking for a treasure map in one of those chests, and I think that shipwreck was all out of chests to loot, so we have to keep looking for shipwrecks. Whoa, here's another shipwreck. This one is high and dry. Look at that. This is a fancy shipwreck. I feel like I've found this one before at some point. Just because I don't know why. It looks familiar. Get out of her. Okay. I feel like the chest is right there. It is. Woohoo. And nothing. Dang it. We did get bottles of enchanting. Those are kind of rare. That's kind of cool. But not the treasure map I'm looking for. Oh, look. This is all dry, so I can put torches and actually see stuff. That's kind of nice. Okay, I'm going to put a torch there and over here, and let's go under into the belly of the ship. We found one! Yes! This is exactly what we wanted. It is in my itty-bitty little hand over there. I'm also going to look through this right here and see... Oh, wait. Should we eat them? Should we eat them? No! I'm going to grab at least the coal. Okay, and let's head out. I am hungry. I am hungry. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Whoa. What was that? Was that saturation? I got that for so little time. Look at me littering. Okay, well, whatever. Let's just ignore all these guys and look for the treasure. It's over there somewhere. So let's get a move on. I really wish I brought a bed with me, but I did not. So we're just gonna have to deal with these mobs. So we are right here on the X. You can barely see me spinning underneath the X. And X really does mark the spot here. And so I think that it's like just below me, somewhere over there. It can be so frustrating with these X's because you just don't know. And the best thing I have found is to do this spin technique so you can kind of tell the middle of your arrow. It looks like I'm a little bit too low, so I think it's actually more like right over there. Because your little dot and the little X are very like large compared to the actual block that it's under. So that spin technique is really the best I got for you. Once you hit rock, I don't think it's gonna be inside a rock. It's gonna be underneath sand. So if you are hitting rock, you know that you have you've gone too far. I found it! Oh my gosh, this is the fastest treasure I have ever done. That's great. So there you go, the Heart of the Sea. And you are really like guaranteed to get a Heart of the Sea inside of a buried treasure. I don't think that it's possible to not get a Heart of the Sea. Sometimes what I like to do is take the treasure map where I found and put it into that chest. That way I don't have a treasure map that I'm kind of like, wait, did I ever go find this treasure? I like to get it out of my inventory. And also if you're on a multiplayer server, that'll kind of like indicate like, sorry, I found this chest. If there's like a few things in there, but not a ton, it'll really tell people like, hey, this chest has been found. Sorry, buds. Now, that is one major piece, but the Nautilus shells are the next major piece. And like I mentioned, we are going to have to take that Heart of the Sea and surround it in Nautilus shells. So I still am missing 2 Nautilus shells to pull that off. The best place to find that is to fight off Drowned. And the best place to do that is near an ocean ruin. So the way that I found that is easy to find an ocean ruin is to look for light in the water. This nighttime is perfect for me. And that means that there is an ocean ruin down there because, most likely, because ocean ruins have the magma blocks inside of them, and that gives off light. So here we are with a whole bunch of Drowned, and so we're just going to grind killing these Drowned here until we can get some more Nautilus shells. Also, near these areas, you'll have the magma blocks, like I mentioned before. Great place to get extra breath and to refill your breath bar. And just make sure you hold down shift while you're standing on top of them so you won't take damage. Looks like we also got piercing inside of this ruin, which is kind of cool. Okay, I have been looking all around, finding more ocean ruins, fighting as many Drowned as I can, and it has been slow going. I don't think we have found a single extra Nautilus shell. For those of you who are on Bedrock Edition, I bet that you're like, wait, what? You're having problems finding Nautilus shells? Because when I've played on the Bedrock Edition, man, Drowned were coming out of the rivers. They always had Nautilus shells. You got them super easily. Well, here, sadly, on the Bedrock Edition, we don't have that awesome ability just to kind of passively collect Nautilus shells. So I'm having some difficulty. Also, it is time to eat another suspicious stew because I'm hungry. Oh, I have night vision for 5 seconds. I can see everything. Looks like we got 2... No, only 1. He's carrying some type of gravel or something. We don't care about that. So we're gonna keep looking for Nautilus, and maybe one day I'll also get a trident. That would be fantastic. Oh, I just got gold, I think. Yeah, more gold. One day we'll do it. Also, something that normally I do with a new world is set up an auto fisher. And I normally collect a lot of Nautilus shells from my auto fisher. But this being 1.16, I never even bothered because they kind of nerfed auto fishers with this update. So that's another reason why I'm low on Nautilus shells. Holy Drowned. We have a lot of them, folks. Even the babies. Oh my gosh, I don't want to kill the babies. Die, you aquatic undead. Die. I actually really want this guy to die because, oh, he did it. He dropped it. Gimme, gimme, gimme. 7. We need 1 more Nautilus shell. I'm gonna kind of just chill. Oh, actually, we're gonna catch our breath and then go under. Oh, do I see another one in there? I do. Okay, this could be it. Where'd he go? Where is he? Where's the Nautilus shell guy? There he is. Come on, get wrecked. Yes, we did it. We did it. We have all 8. That's fantastic. I'm gonna swim down here. They're gonna still be locked on to me. But I'm gonna chill out next to this magma cube. That way I'll always be able to breathe and still take these guys out. By the way, one of the steps required in this is to have some prismarine. So if you're in the ocean ruins and like this one, it has prismarine in it. Make sure you pick that up. I have an advantage that I have already gone to an ocean monument to pick up prismarine. So I'm not gonna really need to collect a whole lot of it. In fact, I know that I have enough at home. But if this is a project that you're doing before you have finished an ocean monument, then you're going to need to find a good source of prismarine. And ocean monuments have a downside in that they will give you mining fatigue whenever you get near if you haven't killed all the Elder Guardians. So it can be difficult to harvest prismarine without going through the entire process of clearing out an ocean monument of the Elder Guardians. So that's why these ocean ruins with a little bit of prismarine in them is a really good thing to farm if you haven't done that yet. Now that we have the Nautilus shells, I'm going to use my compass to head back home. If you didn't have enough prismarine, you would need to get that next. One technique, by the way, that you could use to get the prismarine is to hang out by an ocean monument and then drink milk to make the effect of the mining fatigue go away. Harvest a few blocks, and then, and then it would take a while for the mining fatigue to come back. We are back home. This is fantastic. By the way, if you're wondering how many Prismarine you need, especially if you're Prismarine Light, you need exactly 42 blocks of Prismarine. And that can be any type of Prismarine. So it can be dark Prismarine, it can be these Prismarine bricks that I have right here, or just a straight up Prismarine. And they don't even have to be the same. So if you have a few Prismarine and a few bricks and a few dark Prismarine, but they all count up to 42, then you're good. You can mix and match as long as it has Prismarine in the name somewhere and you have 42 of those blocks, you are good to go. So now that we are back, we have our Heart of the Sea, which I happen to find another treasure chest, so I got another one, but we only have our 8 Nautilus shells, so we are going to make a conduit now. So we take our Heart of the Sea, throw it into our crafting table, and surround it with Nautilus shells, and the output is a conduit, and this is what we have been working so hard to get. This conduit can be placed into this structure we're about ready to make, and that is what is going to give us the conduit power effect, which we have been working to achieve. Now, the structure that we need to make, how you can think of it, is that you basically have your conduit floating in the center of 3 rings. One on every axis. So one on the x-axis, one on the y-axis, and one on the z-axis. Which means that it is going to basically, so it's 5, and then you're going to make across 5 as well, and then you're going to go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 with the block at the bottom. So you're doing that, and you can look at each one of these branches that I'm making as a circle. So if I was to actually complete them, 1 second, see, that is a circle right there, or a Minecraft circle. It's a square, obviously. And then this other one, that is another circle. And then you have one more to make around the middle. So this is the final circle. So it looks like a really complicated build once it's all together, but just think of it as 3 circles, and it's very, very simple to make. And just also remember that each edge is 5 blocks long. And so that is the structure that you're making. Now, this conduit that we've made needs to go in the exact center. And this is a 3 by 3 by 3 center area. So we'll need to put down a temporary block to place this on. We can throw it right there. And then once we remove that temporary block, this structure will be complete. And that conduit will open up. And you can see kind of that Heart of the Sea in the middle, which is just absolutely insane. You get this sound effect of the beating heart, and you get this really cool animation. You can also see that I have the status effect of conduit power, which will allow me to breathe and see easily underwater. So I can see much further than I could before. And also you'll notice that my bubbles, my little oxygen bubbles, they're not going down. By the way, if you don't have enough Prismarine, you can make this with just a single ring. So you just make one of these rings, and the downside is that the effect will not reach as far. Kind of like how with a beacon, the more layers of a beacon that you have completed, the wider the effect is. Same thing here with the conduit. So this will now work really if I'm in any type of water. So even if, if I leave and I wait for my conduit power to count down, and then I come over here, so I don't have conduit power anymore, and I jump in this water over here, you'll notice that I still get the effect. So even though this water does not connect to the conduit power water, I will still get the effect in the water. So you should strategically place this sort of in a center area around your base so that you can get that conduit power basically everywhere. I would guess, I haven't actually counted the blocks, but I would guess that this water over here is too far away from my conduit to actually give me the effect. So we'll just chill under here for just a moment. And yeah, so I'm not getting the power. But this might be a kind of a cool thing. We'll swim over to the other side, and eventually I will get the power, and you should be able to see my sight increase the closer we get. There we go. Okay, it was very minimal. It was a very minimal increase in sight. But then we got the conduit power, and my my breath is not going down. My oxygen bubbles are not decreasing. By the way, the conduit also has a advantage that if any hostile mobs get within this area, they will take damage. That's not true for any non-hostile mob, but if for some reason you had like a hostile mob that you named that you wanted to keep around, make sure that it doesn't get into rain within about 8 blocks of this, or in the water with it, or just block this up so that they can't get that close, because it will deal damage to hostile mobs. Well, that about wraps it up for this episode. Wait a second! That original comment did have one more thing in it, and that was to make a secret underwater base. So I thought that I'd surprise y'all. I already went ahead and made it. I've spent a little while working on it. So where is it? If it's so secret, where could it be? Well, that's why it's secret. I'm not going to show you. No, I will show you. So I decided to kind of hide it. You can actually see the entrance from where I'm looking right now. It is right there underneath. So now you have to swim under here. Then you fall down underneath and wham bam, secret base. I love it. We have some art on the walls. We have some of our Ocean Explorer maps here. The Last Suspicious Stew, which I never ate, and a whole bunch of gold that I got on my adventures. We also have an aquarium. Inside of there is a pufferfish and 2 tropical fish. That pufferfish is not the pufferfish from the puffer pond. That fish died at some point. So now this is our 3rd pufferfish. And I don't know how they keep dying, but that one should live for a very long time. He is very protected inside of his aquarium. The aquarium has some coral. It also has some grass, some ocean grass, and a lot of light so you can see it. Looks great, and I even have a little bed here which I can sleep in if I need to like stay away from everybody. Then when you leave, you just kind of swim up. You have to sprint in order to get out. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. And then there we go. That is my hidden base. Thank you so much for watching this episode of How to Minecraft. I really, really appreciate you guys watching these episodes. I hope that if you have found a Heart of the Sea and you're just like confused and needed to figure out how to get your conduit up and running, well, this is the video for you. So I hope you found it useful. If you did, please give this video a like. Also, make sure you subscribe for future videos, tips, tricks, tutorials, and spotlights here on OMG Craft. And then also, if you want to directly support me, there are 2 great ways to do that. If you become a member of the channel, that means that you support me directly every month, and I really appreciate my members. Thank you so much. You guys get access to a survival server, a Java Edition server, and you can play around with the rest of the community. And you also get my videos early, which is really, really awesome. Or you can buy my merchandise at helloomg.com, and we will be having some merchandise for the holiday season coming out very, very soon. So, see you in the next episode. Bye!